Miners are moving onto the river itself. Strange new boats are appearing that can suck up silt from the riverbed, sidestepping the need to dig pits along the river banks. But the constant churning has turned once pristine waters murky brown. The shorelines are scarred, cocoa plantations crushed by the heavy machinery that is dragged across them.
This is a kind of distraction that we see in the society.
I've been reluctant to implement a state of emergency in the Galamsey fight because we've not exhausted the powers we even have without a state of emergency. We have the opportunity to arrest anybody, to confiscate any such thing. There are laws for forest protection and all that give us enough powers to be able to act. Implementing a state of emergency might sound nice, but it should be the last extreme, the last resort. So for now, let's exercise all the powers we have. And if it becomes necessary for a state of emergency, then we'll look at it. It means we have to go to Parliament. The President can't just declare a state of emergency without, going to Parliament, because there's a limit to how long you can maintain that state of emergency. And so I believe that we still have leverage to continue to fight Galamsey without necessarily implementing a state of emergency. It means that we have to delineate the areas where the state of emergency is operational. And if you look at the area where Galamsey is taking place, it covers several districts of our country. And so we would do it if it becomes necessary. But for now, I think that we've given the security services enough powers to be able to deal with people who are found to be involved in Galamsey.
This Galamsey matter, which has risen a lot in Ghana today. In the last election, in the mining districts of the country, the MPP did very badly. Largely because the NDC presidential candidate and the party had gone around the mining areas and saying that the policy that I was implementing of trying to stop Galamsey would be reversed when he came to power, and that those who were already in jail for offenses, the Galamsey offenses, all of them would be amnestied. When I said I was putting my presidency on the line, that's what I meant. That I was prepared to take the political risk involved in trying to deal with this Galamsey phenomenon. The result, of course, was that the mining districts, especially in the western region, all of them, including almost, nearly, even Takwa, was lost to the MPP. That is what I meant when I said I'm putting my presidency on the line. That I was prepared to take the political risk involved in coming to grips with this problem. Today, he's saying that no, he doesn't believe in jailing, that he's against Galamsey, that he will enforce the law. So once again, we have to ask ourselves, Mr. J.M., where do you stand? What are you telling the people of Ghana? Because every time you speak from one corner of your mouth and you speak from another corner of your mouth. Let us hear from you direct, straight up, what do you stand for? We need to know. The candidate, the MPP presidential candidate, has gone on record as saying that as far as he's concerned, he is prepared to sign a pact that will take the Galamsey issue out of our politics, to depoliticize it, to commit him and our party, all of us, agreeing that we would deal with this Galamsey phenomenon on a non-partisan basis. We have yet to hear from the NDC presidential candidate. I'm asking him to also come out and support the idea of a political pact on Galamsey.
Watch it, Yomo. What do you want for Jina court? And the Omo court prison. And then they can say, you're not going to be at that prison. Say, Omo, yeah, Galamsey. And so, Yakochi China Niba, ono ye Galamsey Queen. Ono de mo afana anko jina court, afana anko tum. Mo se on ye onko ni krom. Ena mo jam free oko. And so ya madie omo de omo da efiase. Ezu ya ba omo chi omo Galamsey no. Omo atu omo. Ya be ma omo amnesty no omo asaba. Yojidi se emrebia omo fom ye omo enu omo ho enti yebe yi omo na yama omo another chance ebi se yebe ye hihie a ebe ma enyoma ayeye ye yi mu ye koye senia ye absese se woka party bi ho ana se wonye nipa bi ene Galamsey no ye mpene ma wonye o de kotrans na komku na ye party for DC mo ene ho ahwa no omo de Galamsey no omo apene ma omo ye ezu na ne ya ne se obi excavator ya je na e de komo obi foforo na on the odi 2 gold na o de ote ho ente me se me ba excavators I had to free for you. I have a job on the near side of the mom. As your University of Tafa, your friend University of Mines and Technology, UMAT. How much your school follow? Send your mining, Nekwanso. Send a bear, Obiempra, and answer Obian Grand Kwan. Enti Yaba, district via Yaba be a Juma. Yadesa school for University of Mines. Obia work concession via her. Yadon become a no much some of Kwaya, Modebaya mining, no send a bear, Obian Grand Kwan, Nasa Obiempra. Na mutu sika kokko ni wie mutu go ni wie on be kire mo say na mo be piapia anua no akatakata so fefefe na yeduadua ndua go so say na be ya asase no ebe ye yie biu ezu
Nanka ya caught, Nanka ya stop it, Galamsey for Nanka ya losing your seat. Yes, stop you, Amona. Yes, stop you, Amochina. Now,
we are talking about it at the presidency because of the importance the president attaches to it. It's a project that he wants to see succeed. Now, the first strategy the bankers themselves gave us is that at least each of the banks that will show up are going to pick 5 projects. 5 bankable projects for this year. And they expect that next year when we return to Kwewu, they will invite those 5 people that they helped or assisted to come and testify. So if this continues for the next 5 years, each bank picking minimum 5 people, 5 enterprises to support, the following year doing same. I'm sure by the end of his 4-year tenure, we'll have over 600 enterprises that we can pinpoint and see that these are things that President Mahama started. And so basically this is about it. It's going to be an annual event. Even though the name is titled Kwewu Business Forum, I think going into the future, it could be national in character, whereby business people will travel from all over the country to converge at Kwewu and to have interaction with bankers and public institutions. So
what's in the Ira? Hey, what's in the Ira?
No, I think the same we took the.
No, yeah, no. Say police for no be escort. Security more escort you.
On va se cair China for Casa.
Many hambre. Mo.
Muso je phone amune nam site no. Muso je phone amune nam site no. Asa, eno matese mako site bi mako sese nkofo machines wo no me do nyangopo me ka bibia se soja ni bia obe sisa ye board we hu se oba be hye ye machine bi wa no me ebe gimonsa am ka akura mo fa nko hwe me bo fu pa na me kasa no ude obi pa one try say or buy side say aba be hye aba be hye ye machines bi wo na ono mbewu de besi wo omo mbewu de besi wo board no hwe mo ke be twa mo bi de soja ni bi pompie me face physical say mo ye tena me kwa me ba se we be se mo etimi ni matuko aka foma a telephone ba ka bia ba mi hu ka agro ye abusia a telephone we dem say hey so the phone abo urade we kwa dem ma no ansi o mau urade jimi hey a tell for bacho woman put baby to dance and why Mr. Mo woman put baby to dance we dey ye better share why Mr. Mo ye be share hey papa urade akuma
Kunya ka udi mi fira ma wo bo me na ma ye ya you so be we miga ade tina ho de me ko no so ni kata what's me tell ade ma tell say ade no wa say oh enti ba ya sum me fit no ho
say
what about so this girl sat ya ma uska we ya said ma ya ma ya ma we ade tina fit me
na won dia je
what do me kwa what do me kwa moving now it's about kwa moto kwa si kwa
obeko
oh Charlie Mose
o futuma do ko yeze
Mose ne o ye na mbua
na so an ko promo
ya fansa na Mose akọ nyoma o do o na ya ntina fo okiri ma me fa kiri mo bia fa kiri ma me ya ntina fo ye nka bu ya komi no fra ka aba so say ade amu ba ha mo ya no
por mais gente no bem por não cabe
First and foremost, we are not to say, we are not against mining. Rather, we want to support you to mine. Sisi Ayekasi, offer Operation Vanguard, Operation Hot, Operation Gallup Stop. Japan, they seize it and stop war. Stop war. Yeah, the person who you are not say. The son said, "You person mine we ye and untina." Jaka said, "Baby, I will ye mine ya. You want to fine. No, I let her to so. no the ama MC I a friend of your committee there from district mining committee.
Make all kinds of boy. Ah? Nah, indeed. Nah, indeed. I buy. Now buy no indeed. Yes, I buy the house. I buy. Sorry, I'm bread top money and Fendi. I'm bad, make you. Oh, I could board one. I could board in the car of the deal. You can't crap on power and send me. I'm at the back. Hey, yeah. So guys, you have a cool. Hey, I'm going to check on the go because all my top money I can eat. Where you never go. This was any cigar. And Shabutuam and Shamram and CA. Your DC or this area, the second of Mokamamiti. Your regional minister or area, ha. Your lands commission or area, ha. Your forest apinama, your forest commission or area, ha. Enunti Eshamnem, Miss Ragana for Madam Pamochow, ye, and bro, and ye, and Chiri Manos Swabro. Na political party bi ba wo so do be magaram say akoso wo ka wo ya wo yo bufo wo yo mamboni political party bi so say mercy garam say amasoa medimakonya beto ho garam say na ma ekoso e de an wo ye anya no sam e ye nibire na me ka no Ghana Christopher Edoso mumma ya nimre ye nya ye na ehwe so mbegya na politicians bia ni area ni constituency ni bia gara say the people should reject him. Party be authority this I'm saying the party should be rejected.
My intervention.
Just this weekend we had to go around and take this sample, and this is from the Pra River, and a lot of communities are drinking this water. At the time we were taking these samples, there were children who were happily swimming in this water.
Government is broke, But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now. Government is broke,
Good morning. Thank you very much for joining the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Aldo Moro. It's always a pleasure to come your way. And also, it's always a pleasure knowing that you've tuned in every morning, or you tune in every morning to watch the show. Today is the 30th of September 2025, and this is the day the Lord has made. Indeed, we're glad in it. I want to say a big thanks to the Almighty God for granting us that rare privilege of returning here to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that matter to you. We'll kickstart the show, the conversation with the newspaper headlines and the Daily Graphic. This one is reporting that Ghana has too many districts. It's counterproductive. Professor Hoy warns. The Get Fund disburses 4.3 billion cedis to support educational activities. 52,492 SHS placement cases resolved. There's also dialysis, sickle cell treatment free. That's according to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital CEO telling PAC. The Ghanaian Times, Ghana risk family planning gains over unsecured funding mechanism. Dr. Akoria and there's assistant headmaster suspended for alleged compromised position with female student. There's address systematic or systemic inefficiencies, financial leakages before requesting adjustment, consumers tell utility service providers. Tema Mpakadan Railway Service bounces back. GRDA begins operations tomorrow. Daily Guide. GES fires Randy, assistant headmaster, for fondling students' breasts. Kolebu acting CEO to pay 113,000 cedis judgment debt. And there's Bamia Haruna, lead MPP NDC race. Daily Guide resumes Saturday publication, and there's Meisha names new Asante Hema this week. The Insight. Jakba demands prosecution of ex-AG over alleged misconduct. And there's also the Ghana-China ties must empower youth, according to V. Gold for oil scam. Imani calls for prosecution of officials over alleged money laundering, gold smuggling. Rename Kotoka International Airport. Pribet CEO urges government. At Forward Africa Leaders Symposium 2025, KJL's group Alex Dade calls on Africa to build business giants. There's Brainsfield Company boss rubbishes accusation of land grab, and there's GRHC's Judicial Committee confirms Nene Amanate Kole the third. Daily Post. HAF co-host high-profile fundraising gala in New York for Lodina Foundation's Maternity Child Health Initiative. Government, MultiChoice Ghana reached agreement on new DSTV pricing effective October 1. We began the year with many challenges, but we have been able to study the tide, Finance Minister tells IMF. Imadi demands audits as forensic report exposes gold for oil scandal. Economy Times. Government to rake in $270 million for the next year from Ahafo Mines as it pours first gold. 76 new FDIs recorded in first half of 2025, a surge of 382%. Target IDA for cheaper loans, World Bank advises, and recommends policy direction for growth. The Business and Financial Times. Denmark, margins forge stronger ties in Africa's digital drive. There's liquidity drain dampens T-bill auction as Treasury falls short of target. Tema Mpakadan rail line begins a commercial operation October 1. Ekuapem Rural Bank records impressive operational performance. And finally, CIMG urges government to prioritize marketing expertise at board level. The Daily Searchlight. Press statement cannot rewrite the MPP constitution. Kweku Ano Date, Kweku Amo Date, he's a private legal practitioner. There's also Mohammed's corrupt oral lands in Supreme Court. Breast fondling assistant headmaster of KNUST-SHS removed from office. GES, Ministry of Health and Fire, Park hearing. All right, so that's it for the newspaper headlines. Stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana. Please don't go anywhere.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
Edi asema menya oden o tiantie mu amanfo ada o hye me boso beto phone na mame me phone na said dada menya oden
the most surprised man
surprise ben
surprise
hey Kofi papa phone o iPhone 13 nanya ne
ende me frankofo bi mienu amuko circle ene ba ko ne ka chena dan for hour ono odi ni Ghana card EBA phone so a otu 40% pen edi ni phone man no a da aka no betu ani kakra Timothy ya me drop na me so me call ho ana me kwanya wo phone de bra
oh Kofi papa me da say I'm sure
Wo EBA phones hadie yeton iPhones ne ho akade nyina ye sanso de ma wholesale so ye dealer na so pedodo atua na se afi na wo hye iPhone business na se a braya se ye hwehwe ye chira kwan e wa Accra Circle Mall any tiptoe lane modern photos in chain American Monso ye ni odor rice ene edi nhwenim Kumase yewedum ejekuma brunsainim obetumi se ohun yen e wo www.
I'm a brand manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspections, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Chechia woni nara mi din e de baby da pa me di ade sonko kra na ebremo nya odi to aduane mo ama waduane e de pa na me de bremo eno any some spices dey emu wa wo bebre o various flavors ubenya e yakoko ubenya nantwie ye de ku jollof mu ma emu ye de ubenya ne de ku nkwan ye de ku froye mu ho na ko pebito na ema waduane enye de unyimi nia ye nkon ye konko tie nyankofo eka
Autant de communication, ni enjoy Oduba, the Samu spices. One in the essence, no time. I'm going to get it. Samu spices in a Sabi, Daddy so say. Samu spices, Mun Samu.
Samu spices, Nyama chicken.
Samu spices. In Sanaka in Kitwa, measure 10 grams. Your chicken, spaghetti, garlic and ginger, stew, can jollof, and the flavors of do bebre.
Samu spices, yes, Saka.
FDIJ Jadien Kratwe Yatum.
Hello, my friends. My name is Calkit Toothpaste. Wow. I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Calkits, happy smile.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa, dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Obey him later.
Of course.
Go be the luckiest, copy from Georgia be luckiest, from not the block she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest, everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toy, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
You.
Yeah.
You. You, Sammy. Last week, you came here, you brought documents here. On this same mining in Ghana were false, and that you had
the Akufo-Addo Bawumia era, the 1,503 small-scale
So let's understand something. So the Minerals Commission has a website.
Yes.
And that website has
it's called it's called the Ghana Mining Repository.
Yes.
And the website is ghana.revenuedev.org. Viewers can go there now.
Yes.
Ghana.revenue, then DEV. So revenue development, revenue.
So the mineral
DEV.org.
So the mineral repository.
Yeah.
Is a site which is managed by the Minerals Commission.
By the Minerals Commission.
The data there is put there by the Minerals Commission.
By the Minerals Commission.
And when you go there,
you will see this.
What does it say?
It gives you the state of licenses. So you would see the licenses that, they have issued. So it allows you to filter by license code. So the license code is there. Then the company entry is there. Then you also see the type of mining lease. It's also there. There's a whole column for that. Then it gives you the status, whether it's an active license, whether it is a license which has expired, is all there. Whether it's in progress, you'll see that on the website. Then you are also given the region
the region where the concession is located. It's on the website. Then we are also told the kind of mineral right that you have. Is it gold? Is it diamond? Is it granite? Is it salt? It's all provided in the repository. Then the duration of your lease. Is it for 5 years? Small scale mining lease, 5 years. Is it large scale, 30 years? It's all there. A very comprehensive data. And this is what is the authority that all of us have been using. Parliament uses it. Civil society organizations. If you recall the work that the Fourth Estate did, that is the same source, the Ghana Mining Repository. The work that Imani has done, you've seen Bryce Simmons, Franklin Kujo, they've done an analysis. That same website, the Ghana Mining Repository, that is what we all use. The only difference is that I decided to download, because especially when the Fourth Estate realized that some changes were being effected, some information were being withdrawn, and it's been happening under this government. You go on their website, you are referencing some items, and then some people begin to, fidget and alter. So it's always better to.
You're still watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Now, the show is also live on 94.1 FM, and so I'd always urge you and implore you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend to, tune in to 94.1 FM. That's on your radio dial. So I want us to do something briefly and quickly before I introduce my guests who are here. In fact, one of them is also here. I'm talking about Sylvester Tete. He's the former MP for the Botiano English Amanfrom, and also a former Deputy Information Minister. Good morning. Sly, it's good to have you join us. And I hope you're doing very well. I don't know what this white means, whether it means that victory in advance. I'll come back and ask you about the grounds and how things are looking, because I do know, and I think it's public knowledge that you want to, become the next chief scribe of your party. I'm talking about the New Patriotic Party. But Sly, there's something we need to quickly do because it's of importance to a lot of our viewers, whether you're a guardian, you're a parent, or you have a sister in school, whatever the relation is, or the relationship is, this one we all need to pay attention to. Now, today's Ghanaian Times reports an assistant headmaster has been suspended for alleged compromised position with a female student. I don't know whether, Annie, I don't know what the editorial discretion is, whether we'll play that video for our viewers to see exactly what we're talking about, or we'll just have to go ahead and talk to Kofi Asare. He is with the EduWatch. He's one of the foremost authority in this country when it comes to education matters. So, Annie, are we going to play the video, or we should just go ahead with the interview? We should go straight to Kofi. Okay. So if you haven't watched the video, maybe Annie will just show that video after the interview. But Kofi, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us on Good Morning Ghana. It's always a pleasure to have you join the show.
Hi. Good morning, Moro and team. Good morning to your panelists.
Long time, eh?
Yeah. I'll be visiting the studio one of these days.
We haven't met at the joint in a while, but that's just by the by. We would have to rearrange. But I noticed you've been very busy. But maybe we'll have to talk about that after this. That's if we have enough time. But let's go straight to the point and look at this. Assistant headmaster suspended for alleged compromised position with female student. Now, the Times reporter reports that the Ghana Education Service (GES) has removed Mr. Charles Akwesi Edu, the assistant headmaster academic of KNUST Senior High School, from office following his alleged involvement in a viral video circulating on social media. Now, in the said video, Mr. Edu is allegedly seen in a compromised position with a female student, a development that has raised public concern. Now, a statement issued and signed by the head of public relations at GS, Mr. Daniel Fenyi, yesterday in Accra, copied to the Ghanaian Times, has condemned such acts and has pledged to redeem the integrity of the teaching profession. He explained that Mr. Edu has been removed from his post and prohibited from going to the school while thorough investigations are conducted. Now, management views this matter with utmost seriousness, in line with our commitment to safeguarding the integrity of the teaching profession and ensuring the safety and welfare of students under our care. Mr. Edu has already been removed from office and prohibited from going to the school while thorough investigations are being carried out. GS further assures the public, stakeholders, parents, and students that due process will be followed and appropriate disciplinary measures will be taken in line with the service's code of conduct. The GS remains committed to upholding the highest standards of professionalism, discipline, and child protection in all our schools. We strongly condemn any acts that compromise the safety, dignity, and well-being of students, the release stated. The service reaffirmed its commitment to ensuring a safe environment for learning and called for public cooperation as investigations continue. But, Kofi, when you saw the video, first of all, I mean, I'm wondering what your immediate reaction was, even before we look at what the GS or the steps that the GS has taken since that video came out.
I saw the video, and first I was happy it was a video. I was happy it was a video because that was an opportunity to clamp down. You know, that was a golden opportunity to clamp down on someone who had no right working in the school environment. Many of such exist, but always the issue is about where the evidence is. And so I was happy we have an evidence, and based on that, we are able to push for the clamping down of this one that found his way wrongly into the school environment to make the school environment unsafe for girls. I must admit that it is the responsibility of the government to ensure that in providing transformative education, our education system is gender transformative. Gender transformative means that the laws and the rules and regulations, the environment that both boys and girls learn in has the potential to support them to achieve their fullest potential while empowering them. And so acts including sexual misconduct, sexual relationship between teachers and students, sexual misconduct, etc., threaten the gender transformative ability of our education system, make school environment unsafe for both boys and girls. And for that matter, the Ministry of Education, GES, has a responsibility to ensure that persons who put up such behaviors are prevented from entering the school environment so that our schools remain safer, especially for girls.
I mean, surprisingly, we haven't seen a statement from the heads of senior assisted schools. I'm talking about CHAS, since this matter happened. I mean, is that surprising?
Well, it may. It's not too surprising because this is not the head of a school. He's not a member of CHAS. The headmaster is the CHAS. Is a member of the CHAS. Okay, and so it's not surprisingly. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, this is not headmaster. This is the assistant academic. So, CHAS comprises heads of schools. Okay, but I am expecting to hear condemnations from the teacher unions. This matter just happened. I actually got wind of it, this matter, when the release was issued yesterday. So it's a fluid situation, but I'm expecting to hear condemnation and from the teacher unions because they've always, stood behind people who suffered such violence. I'm talking about students, and always, condemned their members who participated in such activities. And so I'm expecting that. I must say, Moro, that if you are really on the ground, these are just, manifestations of a bigger problem in us, especially in our secondary schools. I mean, I know of a school where allegedly, a teacher is living with a girlfriend, and the girlfriend is a student. You know, we'll get there very soon. You hear of this matter before the end of next week or this week. I know of a school. In fact, Okapiman Senior High School, the PE master, as I speak to you, is standing trial for allegedly, sexually misconducting himself, before a young student, who reported the issue to her father, a prominent parent as such. And the parent decided to arrest the teacher. The parent was even having difficulties having the teacher arrested in Ukropo. So the parent sent policemen from Accra to go and arrest the teacher. And then now he's facing prosecution. Sometimes when these things happen, the immediate system around the school tries to cover up and protect the staff. Yeah. And so if you don't have a parent who is very strong, who believes in justice, and sometimes they let it slide, especially where it didn't lead to a sexual act. But we'll continue to encourage parents or students who fall prey to teachers' advances to report them. It shouldn't get to the point of sexual contact or actual sexual act before it amounts to sexual misconduct. The laws of the Ghana Education Service, the Code of Conduct for Teachers, frowns on sexual misconduct. Sexual misconduct or sexual relationship between a teacher or a staff of a school and a student is a major misconduct in the GES Code of Conduct. And by major misconduct, it means that you can be dismissed from the service. We encourage that when these things happen, students should not wait, for them to get to the point where there's a sexual act. But when there is evidence that there are incursions being made by some teachers or staff, they should report the case. If not to the senior most female teacher on campus, they can report it to the guidance staff or the head teacher.
When you watch the video, sorry to disappoint you, Kofi, it didn't look like the lady was being harassed. It looks like she was enjoying it.
Yes. So it didn't also look like, I thought you were going to say, it didn't look like a teacher and a student. It looked like a boyfriend and a girlfriend, right?
Something like that. In fact, she gave him a kiss. She kissed him.
Okay. So it tells you the undercurrents. Yes. As I said, these tendencies are there. And the onus lies on the duty bearer, the Ghana Education Service, to ensure that, first of all, they do not even occur by having very clear and productive reporting channels between schools, learners, and then the authorities. And then second, when in the unfortunate event of they occurring, immediately you take decisive action to send a strong signal that the service will not countenance such behaviors. And I'm happy at the swift response that the GES have taken yesterday. Teachers have been removed, set step aside for investigations to continue, and then further, consequently, possibly punitive action taken. I'll be surprised if the teacher finds his way back to school to teach, because no parent can sleep, with the thought of having such a character, man in a classroom or a school where their children, or where their wards attend school.
But Makovi, I can safely assume, because she's in senior high, that she's below 18. And I think the laws are clear when it comes to minors and data protection. I'm wondering whether there's a conversation to be had on the fact that this thing is out there and everybody's seeing this young lady who presumably is below 18. Whose doorstep must we lay the blame? The fact that this video is out there, her face, we've seen her face, and you know how our society operates, the stigma, the issues of stigma and so on. Is there conversation to be had around that?
Yes, I normally don't do blames when issues like this, especially concerning children, okay? But there are challenges with the system. We normally want to do the systemic issues. The first systemic challenge is that it's a challenge, but also it actually was a driver or facilitator of justice in this case, which is the phone. If the phone wasn't there, we wouldn't know what was happening. Okay. Again, but it is the same phone that the teachers who happen to be in amorous relationship with students used to communicate. This same phone has been banned by the government close to 20 years ago in senior high schools. But as we keep saying, if you go to senior high schools, having a mobile phone is actually a norm and not an exception, even though it has been banned. So the instrument that facilitates such amorous communication is the mobile phone. If it wasn't there, it wouldn't be too easy it wouldn't be too difficult for conversations to take place, leading to the congregation of the two we saw in the video. And so I think that the GES must reinforce. I don't think that it is important actually for the GES to reinforce the ban on mobile phones and ensure that mobile phones are not in use, in their schools. Second thing, which is a systemic deficit, is that you see, many a times when this issue happens, if you dig down, dig, and go bottom down, you realize that there's a history. In the case of the Okapman case, which is currently before the courts, my conversation with the parents of the girl indicates that when the parent went to the school, they picked information that the case of their daughter was, I think, the fourth case involving the same PE teacher. Fourth case. But then many of them are not able to report. You understand? And so the point I want to make is that if you profile, if you profile these actors, you realize that there's a history. So why is the system accommodating them until evidence either mistakenly or intentionally gets out? That for me is a bigger issue, because the system should be able to identify and deal with them. Unfortunately, in many schools, when the system identifies them, the system rather protects them, because they are part of a school community. The system is more inclined to shield them than to expose them. We must encourage whistleblowing in the Ghana Education Service. Teachers, there are many good teachers in our schools who have the edge and are always ready to blow whistles on bad things, amorous relationship between staff and students, examination malpractices, etc. We engage them every day on our social media platform, talking about Africa Education Watch. But what I see is that they are unable to speak out because there is no assurance of confidentiality and anonymity after they have, and also not just confidentiality and anonymity, but also the assurance of some immunity after they volunteered information. So whistleblowing in the service is very, very difficult. Some will say that's what teachers, they are afraid to. Yes, they are afraid because they know that when they divulge such information, they might end up becoming, as we will say in Ghana, the third person. So the system must be built such that it is possible for teachers and students in not just senior high school, but also basic schools, to report such incidents, bad things going on in school, while maintaining or protecting their identity. So the Whistleblowers Act, must work in our schools in a manner that empowers learners and staff who want to report bad characters to do so without any fear of being exposed or any fear of any reprisal or retribution. For me, that system is very, very important and must be reinforced, must be developed. So that as we build the confidence of learners to speak out, as we build the confidence of teachers to speak out when they see anything bad going on, in the same way, we build systems to guarantee them the protection they need should they have to speak out. That for me is very, very important. Today you are hearing, I'll give you an example. Parents are going to senior high schools and they are pushing, they are imposing on them a tall list of items called prospectus, totally different from what the GES had issued. And instead of parents reporting them to the GES, some of them have shared it to the media. Some parents are even afraid to report these cases to the GES because they don't want to be, victimized. You understand? There's also the issue of lack of communication. You see, a parent goes to the school and has to report this case to the GES. Obviously, can't report it to the headmaster because he is the person or she's the person trying to impose this unapproved fee or prospectus on you. But sometimes there's not even you can't even have a telephone line to call a particular line at the GES and complain. The GES issued prospectus last week. It's prospectus. On that prospectus, if you go to their social media, there's no telephone number there. So we are not intentional in creating avenues for feedback, okay, from citizens when it comes to service delivery. We must be doing that. The same issue happened when we were being WASI. I had to fight with GES over and over again. Put out telephone numbers for teachers who want to volunteer information about more practices taking place so that you can, on the basis of that, act. It never happened. It never happened. So when we are intentional about feedback mechanisms being effective and working and assuring those who must feedback of the necessary protection, you will be ahead of such bad teachers like this one who wouldn't have been nabbed but for a leaked video. So we encourage the GES to put in place effective feedback mechanisms from their schools so that service delivery reactions from the people who are supposed to enjoy the services get to them as a duty bearer so that they are able to act in a manner that will, in the long term, improve the quality of service delivery. In this case, education in our schools.
Okay. It's frightening, but also at the same time, it breaks my heart that, as you pointed out at the beginning of your submission on this matter, that this practice is very rampant, is very common. The good thing, though, is that this time around there's evidence. Somebody's been caught on camera doing it, and so the schools don't have any excuse, and so that explains why they've asked the headmaster to leave. And but should it end there? I mean, yeah, they've told us that investigations are ongoing, but what do you think would be what do you think would be the appropriate sanctions that should be given to this headmaster if indeed
we have always
advocated
culpable? That when it comes to sexual misconduct, it should be outright dismissal.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that is not what the GES Code of Conduct says. The GES Code of Conduct makes it a gross misconduct. A gross misconduct. Okay, and the gross misconduct, the sanctions range from suspension. You can lose you can suspend it for 1 month. You can be suspended for a period beyond 1 month, and then you can be dismissed. So it ranges from various degrees of suspension to forfeiture of salary, and then to dismissal. We have seen there have been instances where similar cases took place in the past where the teacher was suspended. And then after 2 months, the teacher is transferred to another school. In fact, in those days, 10, 15 years ago, these issues warranted transfer. They give you 1 month suspension, and they transfer you to another school. And we kept fighting the system, 2008, 2009, 2010, that why are you transferring this beast to another school if that beast is not fit for purpose to manage this another school? It means that you are not being fair to the students in the receiving schools. And so the GES for some time now have departed from using transfers as punitive measures for such issues relating to sexual misconduct. But the code of conduct is not. There's no strict liability. It's not that once you are taking through this, you will be dismissed if you are found culpable.
Okay.
But that is what I think the GES must do. It must be straightforward. GES this year announced that teachers caught for participating in examination malpractice will be dismissed. That took about 5 years of EduWatch pushing strongly for this. It finally happened this year because teachers were doing malpractice. And then you go the next year You report them, they go through all the disciplinary processes. You go the next year, and you find that the same teacher is still there. You go and inquire, they tell you, oh, he was suspended for 1 month and he's back. So that's according to the GS Code of Conduct. So it took us a long time to push to create a compelling situation to demand that the government makes the sanctions for examination malpractice outright dismissal. I think that it is time for the GES to do same for sexual misconduct involving staff, so that you won't have people with such tendencies return to school after being suspended after being suspended. They shouldn't be allowed to get near the school environment because their presence there, poses a threat to the development of girls in school. And I will continue to advocate that. We actually plan to issue a statement. Yesterday, the statement was drafted. Hopefully today we should meet to finalize our statement. And our statement is focusing extensively on the need for an outright dismissal, for teachers who are found culpable of participating in sexual misconduct involving students, similar to what has been done for examination malpractice. And so I hope that we will all appreciate that need and push for the GES, to add that outright dismissal to its code of conduct.
I see. And I totally agree with you when you say that this conversation has many legs and angles and layers, etc., etc. But because of time, we can't explore those angles. There's angles of parenting, there's angles of, the PTA, for instance. Now, I've seen in today's Daily Graphic where you actually led a team to review the PTA guidelines, and some very interesting recommendations were told is contained in that and the new guidelines. I'd wish that we could have some time to look at it, broadly, because these are fantastic suggestions that you've made. Unfortunately, because of time, we can't talk about it. But if you can do this in just a minute or two, because we do know that PTA went comatose some time back, and at the time, the government of the day had reasons why it collapsed it. Of course, it was at a time when the free senior high school issues came up and so on and so forth. But you brought it back, but they are now going to be guided, they are now going to be operating a different paradigm. Why, what makes this new guidelines, what makes it great, simply put?
Well, simply put that, yes, PTAs were frozen because of the extortion that occasioned the free senior high school policies introduction. And then the government issued guidelines in 2024 called Guidelines for Regulating Parents Associations. So the T was taken away, absolutely. There's a new policy direction by the current government that teachers must engage with parents, to improve school development. And so we should bring them back. The committee's job was to find out what occasioned the freezing of PTA activities 6-7 years back, so that we could solve the problem from that side. The drivers should be solved so that we don't throw the baby away with the bathwater. So that's exactly what we did. We just put in place accountability mechanisms to ensure that the extortion that occasioned the freezing of PTA activities do not recur. So it is not that as though the committee, was establishing PTAs. PTAs are already established by convention in Ghana as school-based associations, where parents and teachers converge to, take decisions and implement them to improve learning. But we recommended mechanisms to improve accountability and oversight, ensure that there's more inclusion in our governance, and then also to ensure that PTA roles are not restricted to ATM machines, but rather PTA roles are expanded to include their participation in learning, decision-making, and implementation, so that ultimately their children become beneficiaries of learning decisions who are properly implemented and not just paying dues. So that's some of the committee. It's my expectation that if the PTA guidelines are applied, we should be able to have PTAs operate again together without any extortion or money collection tendencies that has the money collection has the tendency of depriving those whose parents do not pay an opportunity to access basic or secondary education. The mechanisms recommended once the GES works together with the district education oversight committees and the boards of governance of senior high schools and SMCs, we should be able to have a different regime. And one thing that stands out in the guideline is that this time around, we are going to have the Auditor General auditing PTA accounts every year. So the Auditor General goes to schools to audit school accounts. We've added the PTA's accounts to the accounts that the Auditor General audits. So if you embezzle PTA funds, it will be treated as public funds because the contribution came from the public, and you will be sanctioned accordingly. For me, the most important thing is to ensure that the guideline works so that we prevent the issues that led to their freezing some 7 years back.
Okay. Kofi, it's always good talking to you. It's always great talking to you. I mean, no wonder you're one of the, you're probably the foremost authority when it comes to education matters in this country. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Have a great day, and thanks once again.
Thank you for having me.
That's Kofi Asare. Kofi Asare is EdWatch. He's the executive director of EdWatch, and he's talking to us about this very, very unfortunate incident that happened at the KNUST. Was in a senior high school where an assistant headmaster was seen the video fondling the breast of a student, and he's been telling us that this is quite common. It's quite rampant, and usually when you talk about it, people say, well, do you have evidence? And the schools are very protective of their own people, and so it makes it difficult for recalcitrant heads of some of these senior high schools to be punished for that wrongdoing. So we'll take a little breather. When we come back, my guest will weigh in on this matter. Obviously, I'm sure that because I've seen a video of Elikim Kotoko and his daughter, a very beautiful young lady, and where he was encouraging and motivating her, because apparently she had done such a fantastic job with the senior high grades. And so definitely would have an opinion to express on this. I don't know what he would have done if anybody had done this, his daughter. I don't know. I know Elikim, he probably would kill. Sorry. Forgive, pun intended. But also, my other friend Sylvester is also here. He also has children, and it will be interesting to pick his thoughts on this briefly before we talk about Galamsey. Yes, Galamsey is going to be big today on the show. So, but before then, let me just do this before we take before we take the break. Now, as you can see on your screens, there's a big funeral announcement, and it's about our very good friend Kofi Tonto, his sister. She's aged 39. She's called Abigail Kwarteng. And on Thursday, 2nd October, this coming Thursday, 2nd October 2025, at the Kronum Abuehia near the Arena Lodge from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. The funeral would be taking place. The funeral activities would take place. And and also from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. So it's actually be divided into two. So on Thursday, it will be on it's Thursday, 2nd October 25. It will happen at the Kronum Abuehia near the Arena Lodge, and also on Friday, 3rd October, it's also the same place, Kronum Abuehia near Arena Lodge, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Different events taking place at those times. If you want to contact anybody for further inquiries, you can call the number 0242 539068. So 0242 539068, and also 0245 146867. 0245 146867, or 0248 308 645. 0248 308 645, or 02466 38989. If you want any further inquiries, you want to attend Abigail Kwarteng's funeral program. Abigail Kwarteng is actually a younger sister of Kofi Tonto. I think that's his older sister, actually. Older sister, not his younger sister. Yeah, that's his big sister. And so, yes. Yes, so we'll take a little break. That's the man in your shorts, Kofi Tonto. He's a regular panel here. He hasn't been here in a while now, but he's been a part of us for a very long time. And so we express our heartfelt commiserations to him and the entire family. And all we can say is that take heart. May she find herself in the bosom of the Lord. And so yes, we'll be right back.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Ebusiafo ye mama kwa aba eba Children's Palace. Nkwala nyema nyina fie enye. Yonkwala ntade mani mema nyina ntare nyina wase. Yonkwala shoes, yonkwala duane, yonkwala wipes, yonkwala diapers, yonkwala toys, baby coat. In fact, bibia opama omanyina obenye biwa ase.
Located at East Legon Hills, Nana Chrome KFC. Contact us on 059 6377 172. Children's Palace. Happy children, happy fashion. See you soon. Bye bye.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson,
me didn't tontum. Mr. Friendly Calico, just call me cockroach.
Now, Mr. Friendly once now.
Hey, that's a new. Improve car. Yeah. Captain Mosquito, double the accent. Me did it, Sasso spray. Mr. Friendly Sasso quell. Yeah, go to my Sasso.
Come tom preko.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model. Securing your safety. Creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
Hooray, Ghana! The Ministry of Transport and its agencies invite you to the Ghana Transport and Logistics Fair 2025. It's the first of its kind in Ghana. From 22nd to 24th October 2025, the World Trade Center Accra comes alive with cars, ship, train, logistics and plane dealers all in one place. Are you a modern car dealer? Do you sell electric vehicles? Then this fair is your platform to shine. Students and the general public will experience free electric car test drives, thrilling maritime showcases and even free helicopter rides. All 15 agencies under the Ministry of Transport, plus global car dealers, airlines, logistic giants and investors will be there with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as our guest of honor. Register now at info.digitaligh.org or 0244-613-246 or visit our website www.transportlogfair.org. The Ghana Transport and Logistics Fair 2025. Beyond movement, resetting Ghana's transport future.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go feel the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From Natepia, cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go feel be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Senya, God, the apple boom. If you put it at all, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
You're still watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Now, the show is live on 94.1 FM. So, as I did indicate, my guests are seated, and Elikem Kotoko is the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Forestry Commission, and also is the Deputy National Organizer of the NDC. Elikem, good morning. It's good to have you join us.
Good morning, Moro. It feels good to be here. Yeah.
You don't look bad in your is it a political suit?
I don't know. I only know I'm clothed.
Introduce me to your fashion design.
Oh, is that? Okay, no problem.
It's not bad at all.
No
It looks
problem.
good.
I'll do that. It's actually a gift.
And you noticed this first, but
It's actually a gift.
It's a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So somebody.
A man or woman?
Oh, a man.
Okay.
A man who has been my good friend for a very long time.
Okay.
And he did, I think, 10 of these different types for me. So I'm so grateful. Samuel, yes.
Let me also say that Sylvester Tete is also here. In fact, he spoke earlier, and he's going to talk again. Big boss, how are you?
I'm good. Good.
And he has a problem because I asked Elikem whether the person who dashed him the nice outfit is a man or woman.
Oh.
She has a problem with that. I'm surprised.
There could be any.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
She said she smells mischief.
Except to say that GRA must...
gift tax.
Of course. I mean, it's not 1, it's 10. That zooms into commercial entities.
Gift tax.
Yes, so
Which way?
from here it should...
it should work to GRA.
It works to the
Which
GRA.
way?
It should work to the GRA offices, and let's quantify it.
Let's see.
Because it's very expensive. So, especially when he's a public officer.
But this gift tax thing...
Especially he's a public officer.
Okay.
So to that extent, he occupies a very important and very sensitive position.
Extremely.
Yes, for him to have been gifted 10 of such. Perhaps it takes some of us so many years to gather half of it.
He doesn't want you to start going to the arena of asking him of his. So
it won't be bad if he visit the GRA offices and then make do what is necessary.
But this gift tax regime, is it practicable? Is it feasible?
It is.
Because we receive gifts every day. And who is there to check the size of the gift and how much tax must be?
You should be.
And you should go.
You should be candid.
Patriotic enough to go and declare.
Of course.
Hey, that would be hard.
I know Elikem will go from here to the GRA offices.
Okay.
Say I've been gifted 10 of these. Perhaps.
Can you take one?
Anyway, so let me start with you, Elikem.
Yeah.
I mean, oh no, sorry. I think to be fair to Sylvester, I was asking him. You know, he's aspiring to become the next chief scribe of his party, and so I asked him. You know, I like to ask how the grounds now. You know, are the people warming up to you? How is it looking?
Well,
are you still confident?
Extremely confident. Let me say good morning to you, my friend Elikem, and everybody watching us, MPP fraternity. And of course, a special happy birthday to my dear big sister, Irena Toshilate. Celebrating her birthday today. And wish her all the good things life has to offer in a new chapter. I pray that God continuously bless her and keep her from every other trouble. May God enlarge her coast and make her strong. And I think that it's true. For the MPP as a party, you know, contests don't come easy. It's a contest. You have to traverse the 276 constituencies, 16 regions, and some instances outside the jurisdiction to canvass for vote. And I have no doubt that by the grace of God, it is going very, very well. I think that God will honor himself strong in my life, and the MPP as a party. Like I said the last time, it's a call to duty, a call to serve your party and to contribute to the advancement of democracy internally and nationally. And I think that I'm very grateful to the rank and file of our party supporters, elders, young colleagues that I've served with in parliament, in government, constituencies, people that I have not come into personal contact with on daily basis, reaching me through different mediums, supporting me. The regions and the constituencies I've visited so far, the feedback has been fantastic. I have no doubt that, of course, if you have been part of our tradition and you've known what I stand for, what I do, it won't be difficult for you to make a choice. We are rebuilding, and of course, in all the proposals we've made and what we have accepted and all that we are doing so far, I believe that we'll get to the level where we'll need leadership that will step the party in this difficult moment. We've been here before. Stem the tide, and we'll come out of this, the woods, as a matter of fact. And I have no doubt that all that I keep telling our followers is that keep your eye on the ball and let the MPP, the winning symbol, be your guide. It's a difficult time for all of us, having worked so hard, having come this far. You've lost elections. That is a time for you to put on your thinking caps and sober reflection and make sure that whatever you do should be geared towards rebuilding. If you believe in the MPP, you believe in democracy, the downfall of a man, somebody will say, is not the end of his life. You need to pick the pieces together and you need to work your way back to power to ensure that the things you didn't do right, you have opportunity to do it right. I've always maintained that the MPP has the largest following in this country. And we lost the election largely due to apathy. For that reason, in the process of rebuilding, we must be attracted to our own selves, attractive. The MPP must be attractive to its own following, first of all, and then we can get other people to support us. So for me, don't step on toes of your opponent, don't step on the toes of your own party people. So we must eschew politics of insult, we must eschew the politics of vindictiveness, and be all embracing and ensure that contests may come and go, but the MPP party will remain. That is the most important principle that we must all adhere to. And I believe that one person will win, and we'll need everybody else to support us to work for victory. So for that matter, we must help in the process and making sure that the MPP is attractive to its own self. Yeah. In this case, that is the following, the rank and file of the party. Nobody should leave the party because of you, because of your utterances, because of your comment, because of your actions. People must rather be happy to work for the party, even if they don't get the opportunity to serve, in which capacity they aspire to serve. So I think that it's been fantastic. There's a lot of advice from many, many senior people of this party as I visit them on a daily basis. And I believe that we've been here before. I know every constituency in Ghana. I've done that journey one too many. And I believe that we'll do a very clean campaign. But of course, it will be an issue-based where the party is now. They know. And the communications I've had with them so far, people know that Sylvester represents what the party needs at this time as a general secretary of the party. I'm not taking away anything from anybody, but I believe that every time and season determine the kind of leadership you need to be able to stem the tide. So it's good, and I thank God for my life so far, and I thank God for the team that I've been working with.
So far, I've only heard you and I believe Eugene Boashi Entry, who are aspiring for that same position. I don't know, are there more? You don't need to mention names, but are there more?
Of course, I could count 5 of us so far vying for the same position.
That's
you may not know. Somebody else may come up or somebody else may drop.
And it's next year when?
Hopefully July, August next year. Yeah.
Okay, all right, there's still time. There's still time to bring a lot more people on board to vote for you. So, Sylvester, what do you make of this? You know, this Charles Kwesi Edu man who is the assistant headmaster in charge of academic at the KNUST Senior High School, who was seen fondling the breast of a student of the school, a girl, and the GS's decision to suspend him pending further investigations. I don't know what you've been thinking. You've seen the video too, haven't you?
In fact,
you haven't seen the video?
I saw it.
Yes. And what was going through your mind when you saw the video?
I have 2 daughters.
Oh,
yes. My first daughter is 19 years, second year at the university.
Okay.
So when I see things of this nature, it frightens me.
Yeah.
Because I'm a father, I have nieces, I have many, many young people who are looking up to us. Of course, this is not the first incident of this nature in our country. GS, like the Edward guys spoke, and I was trying to speak to the Child Rights International, the director. Right up here, and I'll be speaking to him from here. And I think that is a wake-up call for all of us to be worried about things of this nature. And I think that for a assistant headmaster academics, it leaves much to be desired. And I think that suspension is a step in the right direction to investigate. But of course, for what we have seen, I wonder what else one will have to go and investigate. I think it's nothing but I couldn't watch, to be honest with you, that you are a parent and your ward is in school and you find this online. It will break you. It will break you. And that's, I feel for the parents of this innocent young girl. And I just don't want any people to even talk about the age of the child. Because once there's a child in school, irrespective of the age, you owe it as a duty of care. The head of the school or the teachers and whoever is in the school. The master-servant relationship has a huge impact on the decisions of young kids of this nature. If you watch the video carefully, he would know that it's not the first time the man is trying to do something like that. He was so comfortable. He was so comfortable. And further investigations will reveal, perhaps she will not be the only victim. And I think that the investigation should go beyond this young girl.
But Sylvester, do you get the impression when you watch the video, do you get that impression that this was some kind of a harassment or these are lovebirds?
There's nothing, there shouldn't be anything like that. And you see, the age aside, I'm not sure that child will be more than 14, 15 years.
Yeah.
Well, and
presumably,
law,
because she's in senior high. So
yes, in law, anybody below 16 years cannot be said to have consented to sex.
I agree.
So to begin with, that's a defilement. The defilement in the first place, the face of it is defilement. So to begin with, there shouldn't be anything like lovebirds in the first place. You are stopped to even attempt to go into any relationship of any sort with a child of that age. I mean, it should not be entertained. But I want to say that investigation should go beyond this particular incident. And you will be surprised to know, even among the staff and other teaching or non-teaching staff in the school, perhaps it will be a common thing in the school for him to be so comfortable. If it's not common, the man will not be too comfortable to be doing that. I mean, it's terrible, and it must be condemned in no uncertain terms, and we must. It should go even beyond this particular school and make sure that the reforms that these investigations will ignite will be more widespread than any other thing. And I think that for what the Edu Watch guy said, that in the code of conduct of GES, oftentimes it doesn't spell out how do you call it, dismissal. And I think that should be the first thing. To be caught in a situation like this, once you are found culpable, your license must be revoked, that you cannot practice anywhere. And I think we should stretch the argument to that extent, to the extent that you do this kind of thing. It's pure defilement, and we must be hard on it. My heart goes to the family. And you see, this young kid, her future, she's been exposed, and the internet usually don't forget.
I brought it up when I was talking to her.
Yes. Yeah. It doesn't forget. And I'm happy you did not show this on television again. And we must find a way to protect the young girl's future. And if there's a way that the cybersecurity will be able to clamp down on this video, on this, avoid further spread, we should do that. And the Ministry of Communication should go to the defense of this young girl to ensure that it doesn't spread further. And I can't share this to any other platform, and people must stop, desist from further sharing this. My heart goes to the family. She may not understand the implications of these actions today, but in later years, she will
I will not in any way impugn any motive on the part of the girl, but these days our children appear to have matured even at the senior. I mean, the level of maturity.
No, we've seen videos of
it's not
junior
the same
secondary school pupils after completion of writing their exams. So that's where counseling. Counseling in schools must be taken seriously. Must be taken seriously. So most often, is the first opportunity to explore social media and what it comes with. Today, some of them are on apps that you'll be shocked.
Yes.
So counseling is very, very important. So parents must take this very, very seriously. Parents. You see, we are now giving and gifting our kids very sophisticated gadgets. Very sophisticated gadgets. And most of the parents who even give these gadgets don't even know how to operate them. And now, internet connectivity is almost everywhere in the cities. So the child, in the name of doing my assignment and playing games, now has access to internet. They will further be downloading and be taking them. AI will take you to many sites that you've not even attempted to subscribe to. So I think that we must educate our parents very well on this, and the children counseling is very important. And parents must take particular interest in raising their kids and about such social vices. You will not be taught everything in school. And peer influence, and they come from different and diverse backgrounds. and it's shocking. But it is not an excuse for the person that you've entrusted a child in your care to defile that child because you think children of today. But kids of today grow. You see their body features, and you might think that no. And the fact that the child is exposed and do things doesn't mean that you have a duty of care should take advantage of the child. So it's not an excuse in any way. And men must be guided. You say, oh, kids of today, they are all sport, excuse me, in quote. Then you take advantage of them. Please.
That's true.
It should not be countenanced in our society for anything. And I feel my heart bleeds for the parents to see this. Sometimes they may be seeing this in the first time on social media, and perhaps some platforms that they never thought they could see this. And I think that nobody could hold great for anybody. But investigations must go beyond this particular one and see, perhaps he has been involved with many other kids. And those are, perhaps, this is the first time it's coming public. So we should go beyond this and make sure that we get to the bottom of it.
All right, Ali.
Moro, good morning once again. I think I came across the video yesterday. And to use the words we used to use those days in JHS, I was very flabbergasted. I was shocked beyond reason. And I don't know, do we know the age of the man?
Please, let me make, you see, Ghana Web is still showing...
Oh, the video?
The video.
Oh, no, Ghana Web, stop it.
They should reach them to stop this. Pull it down.
Stop it. Stop it. Let's protect the identity of this lady.
Do we know the age of the man?
We have no idea, honestly. And none of the newspapers is
because I am surprised there.
And I'm surprised if it's in his late 50s.
Just yesterday, I was on a sister station, and I was saying this same thing, that in Africa, or maybe Ghana, to the best of my knowledge, our education remains standardized instead of being customized. And these are some of the reasons I say this.
But the same arguments can even be made for our democracy.
Yeah.
We've not customized and localized to suit our peculiar nature of our, you know.
The purpose of education is to be aware, to transform society or impact society. What are our societal norms? What are our traditions? What are our values? What do we aspire to be? That should inform everything we do as a people. The Ministry of Education, every institution, government must begin to see, we must begin to see these things this way. Technology has come to play a very good role, but it can be very disruptive. When I heard that, according to the commentaries, the code of conduct does not require a sack or dismissal, I laughed and I asked myself, who bewitched us? When did we sit down to propound such remedy and felt that was the best thing to do in the case of such gross misconduct by somebody who is supposed to act as a guard or a guide to minors who come for teaching? Then I said to myself again that, well, if GES will not take the bull by the horn and act wise by revising or reviewing their codes of conduct, I'm sure the parents have every right to take legal action against this pedophile, if I may call him. Because, yes, many would suggest that the young lady appeared excited. But this is a minor.
Right.
But we must not again also lose sight of the fact that parenting also comes to play when we talk of this. We may blame the man in question maybe 80%, 70%, or 90%.
Yeah.
But a bit of blame must be shared by the parents too.
Right.
Because from what I saw as well, the demeanor of the young lady also showed so much of consent, awareness of what she was about doing. And you see, I found completely on anybody wanting to use that to be basis to ban the use of mobile phones. I would like to have access to my daughter or my son in school if need be and all of that. the misconduct by one or the unfortunate or unpleasant instance of one should not be reason for which the rest should be actually stopped. In any case, Moro, it is because of the mobile phone that you and I have been able to actually uncover this rot. If there were no mobile phones there, how would you have even known this? So, it's even two things. Is the phone for the lady or it is even for the man?
Great. We have no idea.
And from the way the thing was being taken, it appeared as if there was even a third. I don't know how it was, because while she was taking...
No, it was a selfie.
Oh,
yes,
okay. So it was a selfie.
It appears she has the phone. She was taking it while
yes.
we were... Yes.
You get it. And so there's a lot more that comes to play. I feel very tougher sanctions should be taken against the teacher. I think I can give some free advice here. The teachers, the students, or the parents of that school should go to management. Management should meet all the students immediately. Drive some fear in them and let them know that they have uncovered more videos, more engagements with this man. If you are a student in the school and you know you are one of them, own up now before you are exposed yourself. You will see some of these innocent children coming out, either crying or even being firm, but being able to come out to tell their story. I am convinced that that is not his only victim. Because he appeared very comfortable. It's something he does.
Yeah.
You know? So I think this matter should be thoroughly investigated. Legal action should be taken against him by the parents of the child.
Yeah.
And it also means that we should take counseling very serious in our schools. It is the reason why I said education being standardized has not helped us. Let's look at our setting. What are the problems? How do we want to solve them? Then we profess solutions that will be tailored according to the problems that we are facing.
Right.
That will be based on our tradition. Look, to tell you the truth, till date, I do not understand why they say we should not cane in schools.
Okay.
I frown on teachers abusing that, some victimizing them. Again, such an assistant headmaster will victimize a young girl who does not conform or condone any misconduct that he wished to engage you in, and may go in excess of punishing such students. But I feel that, hey, the caning never killed us. It only corrected us. It only put some discipline in us. And today, as we speak, there's been heightened indiscipline in most of our schools. We must be frank with ourselves. And so there's a need for us, because in the name of technology and, how do we call it? Is it the world is evolving and all that? We now tell parents, we virtually are clamping even teachers not to touch our wards. So when the ward comes to school and is even misbehaving, all the teacher does is to keep quiet and watch him or her misbehave, then come back home. We are not so old as we sit here, but I know very well that in the past, when you were born in a community, you are a product of your community. Your whole community takes part in your upbringing. But today, what happens? Almost everywhere everyone lives, you build a fence around yourself and you are on your own. And so there's a lot that we need to do to address matters of this nature.
Okay.
The greatest blame goes to the school, the teacher, the assistant headmaster.
Yeah.
The school itself must also take full responsibility and act right, not doing anything to shield these staff of theirs and the parenting. We must also look into what kind of parenting this ward has also had from home.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so gentlemen, let's...
A quick one. A little disagreement with Elikem on the fact that we should allow mobile phones in schools. It's a huge distraction to kids of that age.
Okay.
And I support that they must not take mobile phones to school. But like you said, parenting and the school...
You see,
I'm coming. Like you said, parenting and school counseling, if it's done right, a child of even 5, 7 years will report anything of this nature, the first attempt.
Right.
So we must encourage that rather than using the mobile phone.
No, you see.
So the mobile phone bit, I think that is a huge distraction to kids in schools to be having mobile phones.
See,
At home, yes, but taking mobile phones to school.
It is because most parents don't know the functions of mobile phones.
Yes, but
you can limit the functions on the phone you give to your child.
Yes, but I think
and
in
monitor
schools
fully.
No, in schools, no.
No, I'm just telling you, it is one thing most people. That is why many of us even have the mobile phones, but we are not able to even exhaust 10% or 15% of its functionality.
Okay.
We only use it for making calls and check WhatsApp and all of that.
Okay.
But there's every available avenue for you to restrict everything on that gadget you give to the world. And my point is that we are in a technology world. They have ICT in schools anyway, don't they? They use tablets. Somebody may even tell you they shouldn't use mobile phones, but they should use tablets or they should use computers. It's the same thing. It is its regulation and how it is used. So all of this comes to play. I understand the concern you raise. It's because when given cash blank, then it means everybody can do anything.
Okay. All right. So let's, gentlemen, look at, let's move on and look at some other matters. Now, this one, we all know, it's an extremely important conversation. We've been having it for a very long time. But the reason why the conversation has been sustained is because we're still, we're not out of the woods yet. The problem is still with us. And we've all been told the devastating nature of this problem, the dire nature of the consequences of this problem. And I'm talking about small-scale illegal mining. That's Galamsey. Now, the NDC made a promise to deal with Galamsey. The NDC is in power. The NPP has been asking questions what they're doing about Galamsey. Civil society organizations have been talking. Catholic Bishops' Conference, the media coalition against Galamsey, and some other civil society organizations have all been talking, asking the critical questions. You know, what are you doing about Galamsey? Galamsey is wreaking havoc, and Galamsey is destroying Ghana. It is destroying lives, and we know what has happened to some persons who are even, facing some health consequences because of this Galamsey. We're told this morning, in fact, yesterday I saw something on social media, and Annie also drew my attention to it, and it has to do with an invitation that the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has extended to, what I call civil society organizations to meet him and jaw and look at the way forward. I'm sure to also update them on what he's been up to since he assumed office as president. So you see, this one is the 17th September 2025. This was the invitation to civil society organizations, CSO's engagement on illegal mining, and it says on the instructions of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, I am pleased to invite you to participate in the civil society organization's engagement on illegal mining. 2. The engagement is scheduled as follows. Date, Friday, 3rd October 2025. The time is 12 noon. Venue is Jubilee House, Accra. Now, this engagement aims to provide a platform for frank and constructive dialogue between the government and civil society on the menace of illegal mining with a view to harnessing collective expertise, perspective, and solutions to address this national challenge. 4, please accept the assurances of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic, and is signed by the Executive Secretary, or the Secretary to the President, not Executive, but Secretary to the President, Callistus Mahama, PhD. Now, yes, so these are the groups that have been invited. Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program, that's RCOMSDEP. There's Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey, Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining, ECHO, Conscious Citizens, University Teachers Association, Fix the Country Now, Star Ghana Foundation, Center for Democratic Transition, there's Ghana Chamber of Mine, there's Africa Center for Energy Policy, Abantu for Development, there's NetRight, there's Wakam, Ghana, and there's Ghana Bar Association, there's Law Society of Ghana, there's African Women Lawyers Association, there's National Association of Law Students, National Union of Ghanaian Students, of Ghana Students, Graduate Students Association of Ghana, Association of African Women Lawyers in Development, there's a West African Network for Peace Building, that's WANEP, Integrated Social Development Center, ISODEC, there's Alliance for Social Equity and Public Accountability, ASEPA, Media Foundation for West Africa, the Center for Extractive Development and Development Africa, Coalition of CSOs Against Illegal Mining, Institute of Economic Affairs, Africa Center for Economic Transformation, Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, there's Natural Resource Governance Institute, there's Nature and Development Foundation, CASA Initiative Ghana. It's actually CASA, I believe. CASA. And there's also Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, there's Ghana Integrity Initiative, the Ghana Journalists Association, GJA, Sent Ghana, Action Aid International Center for Active Learning and Integrated Development, that's Khalid, Ghana Anti-Corruption Campaign Coalition, there's Stranek Africa, Amnesty International, Ghana Federation for Disabled, and there's Concerned Citizens of Etiwa Landscape. I haven't seen conspicuously missing as One Ghana and also Occupied Ghana. I haven't seen them there. I don't know why, because I would have thought that given the vocal nature of the advocacy, in fact, just 2 days ago, they issued a statement on this Galamsey matter. So I don't know, Callistus, what could have possibly explained why the Sanyo Hosey's One Ghana is not there, and also Isan Kome's Occupied Ghana, and AC Ansai Kofi Bentil's Occupied Ghana, why aren't they there? But that's just a question we're asking. We're not reading any motive. But I'll start with you, Elikem. And the reason why I'm starting with Elikem, because of his the position also Sylvester Ufane, is because of the position he holds with the Forestry Commission. We heard about the declaration of our water bodies and also the forest areas as a security zone, and this was made, made known by the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boah. Now, what does this mean from where you sit? You are in charge of Ghana's forestry. When we say we have declared these areas as a security zone, what does it mean and what are the implications, and so on? Is it the same as declaring a state of emergency? Help us appreciate what it means.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not a declaration of state of emergency.
Okay.
It could be seen as a component of what could constitute a declaration of a state of emergency.
Okay.
Because when you talk of a declaration of a state of emergency, there are a lot of components that constitute that. And because of what is in question, the focus being the water bodies and the forest reserves, and if it is being classified now as a security zone, you would have just agreed with me that even if a state of emergency was declared today, that would have been one of the additional information that you and I will need to know.
Okay.
What this simply means is that just like any security zone, maybe you can call it military zone or installation, it means that you cannot just get up and walk in there. You need permission to access that place. So if you are found there, you must have very, very compelling reason to defend why you find yourself there. And that gives the security apparatus all the powers to be able to extinguish anything else found there to be foreign. Now, let me begin with the genesis of this so we can all appreciate this. First and foremost, I must commend President John Dramani Mahama for his show of political will and commitment in fighting this canker without just trying to throw about mere words or jargons or mantra. But he has demonstrated that at all times he has been calling for regular briefs and is on top of issues and understands everything. And so if you recall, just a few days ago when Honorable Amabua was at the closing ceremony of the first batch of the 9 most personnel, he made it clear to them that there's no obstructionist that should come to you and say there's an order from above and there's a big man. The biggest man on this country is the president of the land, and he has given you this mandate. He is empowering you. Now, you will recall that in the past, before the NDC took over, about 44 of our forests were breached. 9 were considered red zones, no-go area, because the gangs had taken over completely. And so it was no more even in the hands of the states because of Forestry Commission, because we couldn't have. And so these gangs, some were foreigners, etc., connived with our local people and engage in this enterprise, environmental degradation. Then, at the same time too, there was a supposed ban at a point in time. And during this time that there was a ban, It was rather the time when they were issuing more licenses. And it just didn't make sense to anybody.
Right.
That you've placed a ban and yet you were still issuing licenses. Then around the same time too, a lot of very funny things happened in this country.
Yeah.
I don't know if you recall, there were some Chinese who were even arrested.
Right.
Then when they were to appear in court, we were told that they had all died in cells and their bodies were cremated. And this cock and bull story were the order of the day. Then also there was a certain majority in the legislature by the previous government, or the opposition party now. And so they forced in this LI, which allowed for people to now mine in forest reserves. Reason being that they have found out that they hold a belief that more resources are contained in our forest reserves. And so with you know how our legislature works. So they passed that. Then also, there wasn't any, how do I want to find, for want of better word, there wasn't any show of commitment by the regime to crack the whip. You'll recall when the president at the time said that he, as president, was prepared to put his presidency on the line.
Yeah.
But between you, myself, or before all of us here today, we know it was just mere rhetoric. Nothing was done. People's names were mentioned, people came up with reports, Professor Frimpong Boateng, Charles Bissiou, Anas's expose, the gold mafia, and all of that.
Right.
And nothing happened. Then there were calls by some people, some Ghanaians, that a state of emergency should be declared. Now, it must be put in context that the people were requesting for a state of emergency to be declared because of the things that were happening at the time. 44 forests were breached, 9 were taken away. Then, at the time you had placed a supposed ban, you were issuing a lot of licenses. Don't also forget, Moro, at the time there was a ban, that was also when Ghana exported the highest amount of gold.
Yeah.
So, who are you deceiving? So these things happened. When President John Dramani Mahama took over, he first and foremost made it very clear that he is not opposed to mining, but he strongly frowns on illegal and irresponsible mining, particularly in our water bodies and in the forest reserves. Based on that, in order to assess the situation, the first thing he was calling for was a seizure in the issuance of permits. No more licenses, no new licenses. And so till date, no new licenses have been issued. And that is very significant. Then, the 44 forests that were breached have been reduced to 28. And as we speak, the 9 that were even completely taken away from us, that were red zones, have been changed from red to green. And if you have done these also, I think it is significant further. Then fortunately, I must again commend the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, the MP for Elembele, and who also doubles as the caretaker minister for the Environment, Science and Technology, Honorable Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa. He took the bold decision by kicking in motion a letter to the Attorney General, saying that there's the need for us to do what? Repeal this LI 2462. To stop these. That is another step. The same minister has gone further, as you and I were discussing, to declare our water bodies and our forest reserves as security zones. Therefore, stay off. Then President Mahama, also with the minister again, suggested other alternatives, such as the RCOMS, the Responsible Corporate Mining and Skills Development Program. Then the Blue Water Guards were also introduced. And the famous NIMOS, National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, which has been doing very well so far. You know, some 9 gang of criminals were arrested not long ago in the Anwiafoto Forest Enclave.
Right.
As I speak with you yesterday, they've been brought to Accra. They've been split into various police stations, and we would only be appealing to the Attorney General to fast-track the processes in order to serve as a deterrent to others. Now, what NIMOS is also doing is to make sure that they halt, deter, discourage, and arrest anybody who gets closer to our water bodies and forest reserves. And that alone is not enough, but to also make sure that anybody engaged in illegal mining is halted. Because the level of damage, where it has gotten to, this is a government that is 8 months in power.
Right.
Moro, let's not take away the fact that while the government is in office or government is running, it is not only Galamsey that government has to run. There are a lot of things that must go on. Even we at Forestry Commission, whilst we are fighting Galamsey, we are fighting illegal logging as well too.
Okay.
We are fighting the wildlife poaching as well too. But because it hasn't gained so much like Galamsey, we have all shifted attention to Galamsey. But illegal logging is another major one, which is the reason why not long ago, Ghana became the first country in Africa to have signed on to the Forest Law Enforcement Governance Trait, FLEGT, which means that every tree that is felled and shipped to the EU can be traced to where exactly it's been felled from. Right. And that is to allow for free trade and expand the frontiers of business. And so when all these are done, we must be able to approach this thing with short, medium, and long-term approaches. Education is also very key. I recall a video where some champagne was burnt. Then the gentleman who was bare-chested ran to the machine and was screaming, "Hey, into John Mahama, I buy it tomorrow, the other bay, and yes, she messed up." To him, it's not about the damage he's causing to the water body and all of that. But he is even saying that he will what? He will buy a new one. Such people need proper education. We must also admit.
Why are the champagnes produced locally or they're imported?
No, they are not produced locally.
They're imported?
Yeah, they're imported. But you see, they have multiple uses.
Oh.
For instance, there's a machine we call the power tiller. When we were young, you know, I grew up on a rice farm.
Okay.
We call it in our local parlance agrima, but it's power tiller.
Okay.
So that is the same thing put on the power tiller that you use to till your land and all of that.
Okay.
Yes.
I get it.
So even though these guys, they make a lot of money from by day they call it or whatever.
Yeah.
So it is not easy convincing him that hey, you make 1,000 cedis a day or so. Now we want to give you an alternative livelihood, and you'll be making 1,000 cedis a month. Or it's not that easy.
Yeah.
But when the advocacy continues or is intensified, then there will be the need for some change and reforms. And two critical actors who will play major role in this is you, the media, and that you have done relentlessly.
Okay.
By constantly talking about this. Look, if every media person each day talks about Galamsey, we should now move from only talking about the complaints, but adding solutions and adding even suggestions about the extent to which it is damaging the environment, why it is not good, why it is affecting government, why it is even affecting your own community. Then most importantly, are our traditional authorities.
Okay.
You know, Moro, just as I'm sure my brother is also aware, we know how our land tenure systems are in Ghana. Our chiefs largely wield so much command in our communities. Wherever there is an illegal mining going on, the chiefs will be aware. And it is not only the chiefs. So when I talk of traditional authorities, i.e. the chiefs, the opinion leaders, the youth groups, and all of this, we are aware. What is even happening lately is that some of these Galamseyers are the ones installing the chiefs.
Right.
So they install the chiefs and therefore are able to control or manage some of them. But there's the need for us, and that is why NIMOS has been clothed further by the minister, that in order not to politicize it, where politicians will be the one to go and engage the chiefs or the traditional authorities or the communities, NIMOS should take on that task as a military institution, as a task force, to go in there, engage the people as well, to let them know, hey, Nana, miba ukromuno. This is what I have seen. That is what I have seen. It is improper. Kindly dismantle this, do that. So it doesn't have a political coloration where somebody will say, I know this, I'm calling that. And the minister has made it known to them that there's no bigger person than the president who has empowered you to go and do what you're doing. So honestly, we are doing things completely different from what was done in the past. No issuance of licenses. We've reclaimed 9 of the red zones to green. The repeal of the LI 2462, declaration of these forest reserves and water bodies as security zones, instituting the ARCOMs there, the Blue Water Guards, the NIMOS as well, and trying to take education a notch higher by making sure that we reach out to our people.
Okay.
For instance, in the long term, the purpose of education, like I said, is to transform or impact society. We used to watch Captain Planet when we were young.
Right.
When we were watching Captain Planet those days, what was our understanding? It was just an action movie to us.
Right.
That in the end, something will happen and somebody will say, let our powers combine. Air, wind, water, heart, Joe, planet. Then Captain Planet shows up. And there's Kwame in there, which means there's Ghana represented there.
Right.
Now, that was actually an environmental consciousness that was being advocated at the time. But if you now look back at all of that, then you now realize that, oh, it was about pollution, it was about the environment, the felling of trees, polluting our water bodies. How about we bring all of this back?
Right.
What I'm just driving at is that if you go to maybe, again, it brings to mind what I said initially, that our education needs to be customized.
Okay.
So we may even need to have a stakeholder engagement with Ministry of Education, Ghana Education Service, and say, look, we want to now have forest clubs. We want to have forest festivals. We want to have poems or rhymes that are related to the forest. These are ways of creating awareness in our younger ones who are growing. When they go home, they can also transfer this knowledge to their parents who may be literate or may not be literate. When we are doing all of this, it means we are tackling the problem heads on from all angles, knowing that in the next 5 or 10 years, there are still solutions being proffered. So I believe so strongly that the political will has been there and has been shown by His Excellency. And the icing on the cake further is that, just as you are aware, I mean, I'm not speaking for the Secretary to the President, but I am aware that the 2 agencies you mentioned, CSOs you mentioned, may just be an oversight.
Right.
The recent one you mentioned that just yesterday or so, I mean, the letter was issued as far back as 17th.
Right.
So maybe if the letter was issued today, I am so convinced they would have immediately remembered. But I know that Dr. Callistos may even look at probably inviting them if need be, that they all be part. I have seen student groups also being invited. So there's a need for us to all show the commitment to doing this in order to fight that. What you are watching what is showing on your screen, it's a simulation exercise by the NIMOS task force from when they get intel to when they effect arrests and what happens. So they have military men, they have the police, they have immigration, they have NACOC, and they have NSB. This is to make sure that, you know, all these agencies are involved in this. There are people who are foreign nationals. Do they have the requisite permits to live in Ghana and be working? The police will also be effecting arrests. Some are always purported to be using narcotics. So we need to test all whatever they have around them. And this was what transpired over there. In fact, I am proud to say that the video you are showing was something I took myself.
Oh, okay.
You get it. And it was...
So you were here?
Yeah, I was here.
Oh,
I was there.
Okay.
And so I did this video. And it was just to showcase what the team does. And I must commend Colonel Dominic Boa with his years of experience and what he's doing with NIMOS. And the plan is to train thousands of our men who will be deployed to these forest reserves, to the water bodies, not only to go and dismantle the enclaves, the structures, but to be stationed permanently on rotational basis.
Oh, okay.
So that the military men or the men will not even be so familiarized with the place after a while.
Wow.
They may stay here for 1 week and you will be changed to another place. So they will be stationed there on rotational basis in order to ensure that we deter all these people from engaging on these things. So these are actions being taken by government, and His Excellency the President showing commitment. Showing commitment is again asking to meet all CSOs.
Yes.
There are some other actions to be taken by the President, the Vice President, the Chief of Staff, the party chairman, the General Secretary, and the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. But those are actions that are on need-to-know basis, and as we progress, these things will be unfolding for Ghanaians to see the commitment and willingness of the government to nip this in the bud.
All right, but I hope in all of this, you are also very mindful that what Ghanaians want to see are tangible results. I mean,
Good.
you know, they won't clap for you for the
So-
efforts. I think quite clearly, yes, we've seen the effort you're putting, but we want to see
So let me give you an assurance
water.
here. Today being 30th of September.
Yes.
In exactly even a year from now,
okay,
you would have the best story to tell of a government that is committed to fighting this.
We can hold you to this process.
You can hold me to this. I know what is happening. And I'm telling you, look, just right now, I'm just even getting reports on the arrests that have been made. Nobody is being spared, no matter who. And it is why I must make this even known here. Apart from the NIMOS, which has been the mandated task force by the government, by the ministry, to combat this illegal mining, there are no other known task forces.
Okay.
I would politely want to tell everybody, I would not want to mention names, nobody else is mandated to go out there that I am forming a team, we are having a task force. Respectfully, we know how some of these things, what it has resulted in.
Okay.
How it has tainted the image of government.
Okay.
And we do not want examples of that.
Okay.
Anybody who has any intel should reach out to the NIMOS and be able to coordinate or do collaborate with the NIMOS to execute the mandate.
Okay.
We do not want splinter groups or various task forces here and there that are not known or alien who are purporting to be fighting the same cause. It is a genuine cause anyways, but respectfully, let them all do so through the NIMOS.
Great. So,
and you see, lastly, when we talk of the water bodies, many of us, the first thing we want to see is to see the water bodies turning clean.
Yes.
I think 2 or 3 days ago, I saw the Ankobra improving.
Okay.
But I don't even want to start to glorify on that. I will be happy to see it completely turned. The Moro, I'll come here and say, Moro, this is its state now.
Okay.
Now, the concern is that I need to let Ghanaians know it is not only about the cleanliness of the water we are talking about. It is the heavy metals that are even contained in the water.
Yeah.
And these are things that have been done over almost a decade. And to actually change these takes more than even a decade.
All right.
So the turbidity is what, you see, we are not populists. We may want to say, oh, once the water is now clean, it means we have done our job, but that is not it.
Okay.
We need to use the Ministry of Agric and other agencies to test even the soil and the water and all of that. But you see, as a government, there are people who have said, I have heard the opposition party said that they paid the ultimate price for fighting Galamsey. That is a lie, a palpable falsehood. The people who are engaged in Galamsey are a lot of people.
Yeah.
But the people who frown on Galamsey are more than them.
Okay.
So if indeed you are committed and you fight this head on, the Ghanaians will reward you. And so we even strongly believe that if this government fights this canker and defeats it, they will be rewarded with another tenure.
Okay.
And so there is no scare, there is no worry that there will be a huge political price of defeat to pay in case you fight this head on.
Okay.
We are making sure we do this.
Okay. So first I'll bring you in. As usual, we need to take a short break. I know how it feels like when you're about to fire, you know. So we'll take a short break. When we return, Sylvester Tete would have his turn on this matter. But your messages have been duly acknowledged. I'll read them when I return from this break. Please don't go anywhere.
Charlie.
Confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Kel Charcoal toothpaste. You're on a kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo kendini ehu behia se metwa sapapa dia to ama me manfo Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients eno ene bo me se ho ban e ma ne sren ne sanso mama hotoso e wo bedwam
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste.
Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Healthy soil is where every great harvest begins. At ACAP, we turn waste into wealth, producing rich organic compost made right here in Ghana for our farmers and our future. Whether you are planting small or big, ACAP compost improves your soil, boosts your yields, and saves you money. Even in your own home garden, give your soil life naturally. ACAP compost, from waste to wealth.
Promo! Your most preferred estate partner is giving a massive 20% discount on land sale. Yes, for our Founders Day promo, Estate Masters is offering this special discount for outright purchases up till the end of September 2025. This cuts across all our available sites, and upon purchase, you get to enjoy a free indenture and free site plan. Our site visits are also free, so rush now and secure a plot of land while this offer lasts. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
Wabedum tamaso. Hey, Jay. Watch it, na learning. Missy, watch and learn. Makwaya mabesisia. Abozig. Akache say no ya konate and the more drink woman. Hey. But I didn't mean. Oh, sorry. She knew her old days. Eji. Dabio, baby wom. Ready. Hey, baby wom. Ah, Eji. I'll cause some discomfort. Sorry, well, uncle, where would the dad? Why your funeral? At to phone for Aerofield Trading. Sorry, it killed them all.
No mum share Nanda Daya was mosquito call is to do woman. Na say spray with them musa. Chaisima a dronum and sana ko dynamo.
And Kratoi FDA Ajatum.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest woman in the world by your side.
And they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor and help her people. To Alvaro, ambition is stronger than his dream. And this greed will lead him to commit the worst betrayal to the woman he loves.
I will have a husband no matter what.
Samantha, will you please marry me?
Turning all her dreams into painful disappointments and dangerous consequences.
I've been waiting for you to answer my calls, Alvaro. I haven't heard anything from you. I've sent you so many messages, but you've never responded.
Have you left the bus station?
I just want to pay my debt and get out of here.
Her photographs are going to sell fast, and she will be our gold mine. Our clients will love those.
Are you looking for a boyfriend? Are you all right?
You Are the One, proudly sponsored by The Luckiest, Appointed Time Printing, Time Herbal Mixture, Samu Spices, Givers Herbal Center, Blue Jeans Energy Drink.
Morning Ghana on Metro Television. This show is also live on 94.1 FM. I'm here with Sylvester Tete, who was a former MP for the Botiano English Mount From, and also a former Deputy Information Minister. I'm also here with Edikem Kotoko, who is also the Deputy Executive Secretary of the Forestry Commission. Now, I want us to watch this video before we proceed.
I say it again. Yes, you will take no obstructionist instruction from any big man. Remember, the biggest man in Ghana is the President of the Republic, President John Dramani Mahama. And he's the one that has sent you. Yes, sir. He's the one that has empowered you. And I know that he would never call you to allow anybody to engage in any illegality. This is the stakes. This is the power you have. You are to, I say it again. Yes, sir. You will take no obstructionist instruction from any big man. Remember, the biggest man in Ghana is the President of the Republic, President John Dramani Mahama. And he's the one that has sent you. Yes, sir. He's the one that has empowered you. And I know that he would never call you to allow anybody to engage in any illegality. This is the stakes. This is the power you have. You are to, I say it again. Yes, sir.
All right. Sylvester.
Moro, we thank God. We thank God. And I don't know where to start from. And listening to my brother after, today is 30th.
Yes.
We've just ended 9 months in office. Today, zooming into the 10th month of office. With the social contract the good people of this country signed with them, it has the energy, audacity, the braveness to be recounting what happened under the MPP. So for the 10 months, 9 months, they've been in office. It's one excuse after the other. You see, what his own party followers, well-wishers, supporters, well-meaning Ghanaians, and even people who did not vote for them, to an extent, all of us, expectations are that the Galamsey menace, it was one of the key determinants of the last elections. So nobody is interested in telling us what the MPP did, what you are not doing today. The responsibility and the honors is on you. You see, this, resetting Ghana, one would have thought that they had timelines to deal with, and all the things they've set to do in this resetting document before me, if you measure it, it's nothing but a failure. I want to ask that what is the correlation between an illegality and then licensing and regulation? I hear NDC people oftentimes come to say that you've issued more licenses. But to issue a license is to correct and regulate. What is wrong with issuing a small-scale licenses for companies, for community work? It means it has come under regulation. all the applicants for that licenses and permitting to be regulated were hitherto mining. They were not new people. These were the things they said here, that they would train, go to UMAT in Takwa before they issue them with the permit to mine, as they are referring to today. They were schooled in Takwa. We had institutions capable to train, regulate. It's here. It's part of their own proposals. Today, they've even pushed this away. And the president is now saying that UMAT, Tech, and all our institutions are not capable even to train people per their social contract. Rather, they are sending them to Australia. They are sending them to Australia. So when these people sit here and they tell you you've issued small-scale licenses, who in this country, which political party, is saying that they are banning mining completely? Nobody. It's the irresponsibility of mining that every regime will sought to regularize. How do you do that? If we have 1 million companies mining responsibly in Ghana today, who will cry? Tell me. You may have 10 licenses, but the rest will be indulging in an illegality. This is where we are today. Mind you, illegal mining was part of 2008 election campaigns, 2012, 2016, 2020, 2024, and it will be part in 2028. In all these times, you were incumbent. So everybody has promised responsible mining. That is why I'm telling you, the last 8-9 months, the things you are seeking to do has been done, including the water gas, responsible community mining, what happened at the Krofrom and all that. It's a rehash. You see, arresting and seizing of equipment. On record, today I'm happy the Lands Minister is saying that the only big man is the president. We heard Yamin, the national organizer of your party. He stormed a police station and take and retrieve mining equipment that has been seized. And he said, who born dog? He's referring them to how they won the elections. Today, all the mining belts, the constituency chairman and all, they've been cited. Amakofibua, he should go to Elembele. He knows his people. He should go to Takwa. He knows the NDC people who are indulging in an illegality. So when they come and sit here and they recount the number of regulated licenses issued, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong, because all the community mining, we are seeking to regularize them. So you hold them to account, train them. You've said that you provide them with equipment. If you are providing equipment to people, do you go and share the equipment just like that, but your own document? Don't you train, regularize them, and give them the equipment? Have you forgotten that? It's in here. So when you come and sit here, that NPP had issued 2,000 licenses. Is it an illegality? But those that you did not provide them with the regulations, they went there. You could be given a license and you'll be irresponsible. The law must deal with you. So don't cite that you have given this number of licenses, so you had opened the floodgate for illegality. There's no. Because based on what you have said here, that you'll be doing as part of your research, training, capacity building, resourcing, which people are you going to give them the resource? Are there not people you will license to give them the resources to do responsible mining? I mean, today, President Mahama is saying that he's inviting CSOs for frank and constructive dialogue. Jesus Christ. One day at Jubilee House. But his frank and constructive dialogue, he started it in his meet the press, his engagement with the press. He said that small-scale mining provides 4 million jobs for Ghanaians, and it's a huge contributor. That is why the Catholic Bishops' Conference, they are asking him, you are prioritizing the incomes from this illegality to our lives? So his frankness, he has stated it already. I don't know when another frankness and constructiveness is coming up in tomorrow's dialogue with the CSOs. I don't know what that is going to be. In fact, the water levels they are testing today
and the level and the magnitude of damage has been proven by Ghana Water, by all the institutions.
Let me ask you something.
It's worse.
Sorry, are you?
So for me,
sorry, just a quick one. Are you suggesting that the fact that the president has met the press and taken some questions and has answered them, never mind what you make of the responses, are you suggesting that it makes nonsense of his decision to meet the CSOs?
no.
Okay.
You see,
I wanted to be clear on that.
one would have this engagement. You see, the wording of the invitation, frank and constructive dialogue.
What do you find wrong with that?
You see, you are just adding one to one. Because look, when you say he was frank in his response to the questions that they made the press.
Yes.
We are looking at pragmatic measures. So it's two things. Either you are eliciting their own opinions as to how to fight it. It's a different matter. But if you say you want to have a frank and constructive dialogue with me, it means that you don't have a clear policy. But we want to see the policy, how they are going to fight it.
But these CSOs, sorry about this so fast, but these CSOs have issued a number of statements. Now, these CSOs, in those statements, have been asking some very, very legitimate questions. You don't think that this fora that the president is creating,
what it means
to confront him with those questions and get some answers.
So
you don't think so?
What it also means, is that they've wasted our time.
Okay.
They've wasted our time. Because all these
CSOs?
No, I mean the government itself.
Okay.
They've wasted our time.
Why?
Because Galamsey was a typical campaign issue. And the things they said they were going to do. That is why the questions persist. But by inference, if there's nothing more frank than what the president said a fortnight ago. Because what he said is that we are earning more from it. It provides job for us. Are we going to forsake the investment, the money, and then the job opportunities? Fine, but you see.
But there are limitations with the media press encounter. The media encounter. There are always limitations. In fact, there are some people who feel that his responses were not comprehensive. It is also because there was no time. You don't think when there's a meeting.
Are you saying there was no time?
Well, that's what some people.
Oh, he was not restrained.
No, you know, I'm saying that there are limitations when it comes to press encounters. That's the point I'm trying to make.
So you think he has more to offer?
Don't you think you'd have more time to have a conversation with?
Well. For me, I don't think so.
That's fine.
I don't think so. But let me come back to the matter. To begin with, I don't think that the NDC today, what has befallen all of us. I told you the last time, I will support every government action. Today, they are saying that water bodies and forest zones have been declared a security zone.
Yes.
It's always been like that. It's always been like that. Look, for instance, when you go to, we have something we call strategic national security installations. It includes dams, reserves. It's not for nothing. Upcoming place. It's not for nothing that you declare a place a reserved area. A reserved area. So if you have forest reserves, if you have your dam sites and all that, that is why Forestry Commission, they consistently protect our forest reserves from illegal logging and any other activities from there. It's been part of it. So today, if you want them to even explain what it means to say that you are now declaring these areas a security zone. Akosomo Dam, it's a security zone already. You don't need to declare it today. If you go to Kwenyako Dam site, I told you here last week, the Kwenyako Dam site and all these water treatment centers, they are not just stagnant waters. They are tributaries. They have been trapped. They are water sources that have been trapped from different sources. So you take their sources from different places and come. So you have to protect it. Even Weja here. Sometimes you go far in Sawam and beyond to make sure that you protect what comes to the site for treatment. No problem. We are happy. We even want more actions from government in dealing with this matter. And we will support government in any action that will inure to the benefit of the good people of this country. I'm happy that what they are bringing today, that they are speaking to themselves, that today there will not be counter instructions from any other person like Yamin and any other big man. If they are clear that, what do they call it? Limos. I don't know what the full meaning of that. NIMOS. If the NIMOS, or whatever they call it, is going to ensure that the NDC chairman, the NDC executives, their financiers will be ward of these zones. Okay. You were here 2 weeks ago. We talked of how the policemen that were first sent to for the 14 forest zones that have been protected, they went back, they recalled them, and the people had gone back to those forest reserves to continue their illegality. I think that everybody is tired, and we are not interested in politicizing this illegal mining incident in Ghana. We will support government in any action possible. I don't want to see tomorrow that this NIMOS will be a 9-day wonder. Then they will come back with counter instructions. This big man withdraw here and there, and then we'll come back to the same thing. There have been allegations of people, like from Yamin. He said it clear that the people were collecting bribes from the people and were being selective. These allegations, we are tired of them. When MPP was in power, there were allegations of this nature. All that I'm saying, I'll ever support anybody to ensure that we do the right thing. Because you see, today, you see the reports that are coming, that Gary, Fufu, and all these things, the level of contamination. You can't tell, you don't have what it takes to test that whether this Gary is coming from this zone or from that zone. Everybody is at risk. Tomatoes, foodstuffs, everything, we are all at risk. Therefore, if they suggested when we were in power that they would do what we call state of emergency. Today, they are saying that a security zone. Can the security zone be equated to a state of emergency?
Was that an NDC position?
So they were leading members of the NDC.
Yes, but does that make it an NDC position?
I'm saying leading members of the NDC. And they are people today in cabinet. So I believe that they should have listened to them. They listened to them. They didn't object it. They benefited from it. They benefited from it. So if they are in cabinet today, we want to know why they cannot even declare the state of emergency. But today, they should be clear to say that if you declare them as security zones, what does that mean? You provide 24-hour security for these areas. Hallelujah. There will not be NDC apparatchiks who will now see that this is a constituency chairman, this is a constituency organizer, this has been given a note from somebody. We are all interested. So for me, nobody, even the MPP, we've said so. For what they did, President Mahama, I said it last week, the greatest enabler of Galamsey and his people are cheerleaders because he promised them when anybody put in prison by virtue of illegality, Galamsey, when he come, he will free them. Today he's been rewarded. He's an appointee of this government. Don't wait for any documentation. As soon as NDC is in power, just jump to the fray. Go and mine. Did not. We will not travel that journey. We will encourage them. We want to see pragmatic measures be put in place to ensure that we fight this and we fight it well. Because if the water bodies are clear, if we are safe in this country, it's for all of us.
That's true.
It's for all of us. So for me, we want to see the dialogue, we follow the dialogue. We want to see what the frank and constructive dialogue is going to be. I'll be particularly interested.
All right. So Elikem, he says these measures you're taking are not new.
Yeah, let me make
But before you come in, let me read some messages. Lots of them. So Master Planner Junior Kintampo, policy analyst from Kintampo, says that he is speaking on the teacher-student matter, the head teacher-students matter. It is so worrying. Teacher-students relationship is not something we should entertain at all levels of education. GS and Ministry of Education should wake up. Master Planner Junior, policy analyst from Kintampo. But he continues to say, great submission by Honorable Sylvester Tete. I really enjoy him. It is so irritating and annoying to hear Elikem and some NDC communicators sit on TV or radio to be telling us stories about President Nana Addo's administration fight against Galamsey. After politicizing and denigrating the NPP government, they now turn around to tell us we shouldn't politicize it and that we should all come together to fight this menace. Hypocrisy and dishonesty, as Elikem and his NDC have the power to stop it now, but they are communicating like they are still in a position. Master Planner Junior, policy analyst from Kintampo. Now, Alfred Kojo Triddles. Hey, champion, long time, Yade. It says, good morning, Metro TV and to your cherished viewers. The MPP led by the then visionless and super incompetent President Nana Akufo-Addo never showed any commitment to fight Galamsey Moro. It will interest you to know that from 1992 to 2008, both former President Rawlings and Akufo issued 40 licenses for mining from 2009 to 2016. Former President Mills and JM issued 59 licenses for mining from 2017 to 2024. The MPP led by Nana Akufo-Addo issued 2,151 licenses for mining. The NDC has not issued a single license for mining, yet we're trying everything possible to see our water bodies clean and end Galamsey as well, Triddles. So that's from Alfred Kujo Triddles. Now this one here from Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm, he says that, good morning, my brother Moro, I have no doubt President will surely solve the problem of Galamsey as he did in the solving the doom soil in the country. All the criticisms from Ghanaians have been taken in good faith, and President Mahama is working seriously in solving the problem, but it's just a matter of time. Those dirty waters you are now seeing over there did not start today. It has been there for the past 8 years and 8 months in office, cannot be used to solve the problem. But as for the MPP, the least said about them, the better. Now, these are people who drafted the airline 1462 to be passed in Parliament to their party functionaries and friends to destroy our water bodies and forest reserves. How wicked can one be towards the good people of Ghana? I don't think they have any more right to be talking about Galamsey. They should give us a break. Sani Salihu says that Sly's book of lamentations about Galamsey without giving alternative solutions tells one thing. Gaslight people that nothing is happening and they will take it hook, line and sinker. For the umpteenth time, let him know that 8 endangered forest reserves have been rescued. In fact, it's 9, we're told. Elikam tells us 9. Have been rescued from the likes of Akonta Mining, owned by Wuntumi. Good morning, Sani Salihu sent that message. Now, this one from Amin in Tamale says the video was a selfie. Good morning, Mo. The video was a selfie. The assistant headmaster was very comfortable looking at the camera. Did he think it could not be leaked? I will be shocked to the marrow if it's not expelled from GES, from Amin in Tamale. Kofi Afanu in Accra says that tell Sly, good morning, tell Sly that because of arrogance and lies from people like him, that is why he lost his seat and he is an extension of that loss. When did he realize that Gari, cassava and others are contaminated with minerals? Even in 2024 when Ghanaians complained of the devastation, please play the video below for him. The party never disassociated themselves from those comments. He should allow NDC to fail so that they can come back to play the video. Right. And then this one here from Abdul Razak. Okay, so Alhaji, you've sent us a video. I'll look at it. But you want to know Sly's take on this matter and Dr. Freer's talk on the campaign trail. Now, Edmonds from Accra says, I agree with Sly on the matter of Galamsey. If the NDC government had arrested them, he wouldn't even say the NDC government has a social contract with Ghanaians. Papa Bisiu Santa. It says, good morning, brothers. This Galamsey issue seems to be overshadowing the good work of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. For instance, DSTV subscribers are now enjoying 30% reduction in their relationship with DSTV by the good intervention of the sector minister, Honorable Sam George. This never happened in the 8 years of the past MP government. This is another show that the NDC government is really working for the betterment of all Ghanaians. Let's give ourselves some 2 months, 9 months, and the NDC government will surely bring these people, will bring the whole Galamsey problem under control. Papa Bisiu, Spinktest, Accra, and he says greetings to me and greetings to everybody. Thank you very much. Carlos from Ododo says, good morning, Mr. Moro. Now, with due respect, can you ask the Deputy CEO of the Forestry Commission to name, in fact, his Deputy CEO, I made a mistake, I said Executive Secretary, I sincerely apologize for that. Now, it says, kindly ask the Deputy CEO of the Forestry Commission to name 5 individuals he knows who have been granted concessions but are engaged in illegal mining. He should mention only 5 names to us. Carlos from Ododo, and it says, if he truly believes that they are fighting illegal mining and wants to name, shame, or expose the perpetrators, then he must also acknowledge that many of those engaged in the calamity were empowered by licenses issued under the previous government. If that is the case, he should name 5 for us. Manche Bruce. Manche Bruce is a fantastic man. Says, Elikem is partly Takrade boy. I am the one. Oh, I am the one. of the people who can tell whether it's a woman that gifted him the clothing or not. Much of roots. Much Miniano.
Thank God I thanked the person. I mentioned his name, right?
Yeah,
I said Samuel.
You did. So he continues on a more serious thing. He says, look, Moro, the Galamsey crisis isn't getting funny anymore. You know, the presence of lead, mercury, arsenic, and other heavy metals in our food chain, and even in the placentas of expectant mothers, poses an existential threat. If allowed to persist for another 6 months, the consequences for our Ghana would be catastrophic. The turbidity levels of our water are staggering. Mr. President, it is imperative that you take decisive action to address this issue. The talk shop must cease, crack the damn whip. That's Professor Eric Bruce Amate Jr., a.k.a. Banche Bruce II. You know, he's a lecturer at Takoradi Technical University. Now, Dennis Glan from Accra says, good morning, Moro. Illegal mining threatens our ecosystem, water sources, and biodiversity. Our soil, food, water, and environment are contaminated, and the politics of I am fighting it better than you is nothing but a race to the bottom. Until Kwame from Captain Planet comes and rescues us, Galamsey remains a present existential threat to Ghanaians. And then let me look at this. So Dr. Nyahu Tamakulu sends a message himself. Doc, good morning. He says, good morning. Kindly wish Honorable Natoshi Ado. She's the former, Yeah. It says, wish Honorable Natoshi Ado, my niece, a happy birthday, good health, long life, and prosperity. Please use her picture if you have one. Many thanks. Togbi, Dr. Nyao. I just saw the message, so perhaps tomorrow when we come, would wish her again, this time around with her picture. Now, Sam Aku Kelly from East Legon Hill says, good morning, Moro. Did I just hear Honorable Slice say that the MPP has the largest following in this country? Where is this statistics coming from? Perhaps he's been deceived by the number of noisemakers, especially amongst the so-called elite group of society. I think he needs to check and come again on this one. Sam O'Brien Wabing. Oh, someone is also saying he's contesting the general secretary position. And you didn't mention his name. I said, why are you doing that, Charlie? All right, so O'Brien Wabing said he's also contesting, so we should big him up. Anyway, so I'll take let me do this. Finally, from Musa Abato and Asawasis. He said, Honorable Sylvester lacks credibility to criticize his government about Galamsey because on 1st May 2023, he was quoted on Ghana Web to have said, Galamsey report, I resolved not to talk about that man, MP slams Professor Frimpong Boateng. They should commend President Mahama for his commitment to fighting Galamsey, which was never happened before. At
It
least
was on this show. I recollect everything.
I know, not a single government official caught red-handed counting Galamsey money, and no excavator belonging to government officials being burned as a witness in the past NP regime. So that we are talking about. So what are they talking about? My regards to the Chief of Staff, Julius Debra. All right. So okay. So Idi Muhaidina sent a statement. I can't read it. It's about Abronya DC. I think they've taken some disciplinary action against Abronya DC. So yes, right. There was something you wanted us to do. Oh yes. So let me do this again. Our time is up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I needed to clarify something.
So what I'm quoting, she's age 39. She's passed on. She's the older sister of Kofi Tonto. And the funeral arrangements are coming up. It's on 3rd October 2025 at Kronum Boyhia. Yeah. Kronum Boyhia. Yes. Near Arena Lodge. Yes, there's one.
No, it's in Kumasi.
Yes, in Kumasi. Yes.
Kronum Boyhia is in Kumasi.
Yeah. Oh, so there's one in Kumasi and there's one in Accra.
Okay.
So there's Arena Lodge.
All right. I thought your program ends at 10.
Near. So both in
Kumasi. Yes.
Arena Lodge. Okay, good.
I thought your program ends at 10.
Yes, it ends at 10.
Well,
yes, but
6 minutes to 10.
It's 5 minutes to 10.
Yeah.
But
you're saying
30 seconds.
No, you see, I just wish to let my brother know.
Yes.
Me, when I sit here,
yes.
Fortunately, I don't speak to convince him.
Okay.
I speak to convince the people who are watching.
Yes.
That was why I had to take time to go through the process for you to know.
Okay.
For him to even say here that even when forests are considered to be a reserve and given to Forestry Commission, it means it's a security zone.
Okay.
That is the most myopic definition of security zone.
Look,
I challenge you. Look, let me tell you. Don't. I won't allow you to proceed. Look, let me tell you. If that be the case. Look, my background and my training.
Yes.
Please, when we are talking when strategic declare security zones. includes the reserves.
What do you provide for securities officer?
Include the reserves. So if you don't understand, don't make the standard. What do you understand by reserves?
So what
do you call a reserve?
What do you call a reserve? It's a reserve.
What do you call a reserve?
These reserves were given to the Forestry Commission.
Please.
And you see, please.
Gentlemen, thank you. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's been wonderful having you. My name is
This October, the world of public relations converges in Accra. The Institute of Public Relations Ghana, in partnership with the African Public Relations Association, the Public Relations Society of Kenya, and the International Public Relations Association, present Public Relations Knowledge Sharing Conference. Also happening here in Ghana, 70th Anniversary Edition of the prestigious IPRA Golden World Awards Gala. Conference theme: Global Realities and Innovative Communication. 1st to 3rd October 2025 at the Accra International Conference Center. Time